of baseball ahead, and we need to get into it. Kansas City, LA Angels. Those are the two teams that the Toronto Blue Jays will be taking on. All of it on the road. 4 games in KC, 3 games in Anaheim, a.k.a. LA. Let's talk first about that Kansas City Royals series that we have. 4 games, frankly, that are very winnable. This is not the top tier. In fact, I would argue that this is kind of like, bottom 10 sort of squads in baseball.
And what do they do this week?
It was pretty subpar, man. I think it was pretty subpar.
Yeah, they lost all 3 games.
Okay.
So, guys, this is the chance to warm up a bit. I know we're on the road, but it's a chance to warm up just a bit.
Yeah.
Taking a look, like Nick's saying, at the upcoming series, we go directly to Kansas City, and we got Jose Berrios taking the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays up against Brady Singer, who had a 4.01 ERA last year. That's gonna be a toss-up. We got
Singer's something too, because
he's special.
He's got a lot of upside. Yeah, like he's definitely not hit his ceiling yet, so that's definitely no gimme right there. And then Kikuchi versus Bubic, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I mean, they're both kind of meh, if we're being completely honest.
Hey, babe, this is Kikuchi's debut again. He's being reborn, I'd say, ladies and gentlemen.
I agree, man. Who knows what we're going to get out of Yusei Kikuchi. And then you're going to get back to that top of the rotation for the Blue Jays. Manoah on Wednesday, going up against Greinke. And then Gausman taking on Mr. Lyles.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the series, man. It's hard to really expect anything. Because we just straight up don't know what's this season going to be for Berrios, Kikuchi, even Singer, like you're saying, and Greinke. Like, does he have one more good year in the tank? Because last year he was pretty good, actually. 3.38 ERA.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Greinke just consistently puts up. Okay.
So we're gonna give guys, if you're new here, we're gonna give our predictions on what we think for this KC series.
Yeah. So here's the thing, man. On paper, we're just clearly a better team. And I think that even Kansas City Royal fans, they'll come out and they'll agree with that. But here are the things that are working against us. We're on the road. We are off to a bit of a rocky start when it comes to keeping runs out. We're having a bit of a hard time. And we're also having our 2, quote-unquote, worst pitchers, at least entering into the season, going to be pitching in this series. Right? So, like, these are all things that are kind of going against the Blue Jays right here. On the flip side, maybe this is a get-me-right series. Maybe this is a series where Alek Manoah is really feeling the pressure after opening day and wants to show up, and he goes out and he dominates for 7 innings. Maybe this is Yusei Kikuchi's opportunity to say, hey, look at me, everybody. I am that guy. And he comes out and he brings up the slack from Chris Bassett, right? There is a bunch of different narratives that you can look at here. Where are you kind of... Well, where are you at?
Here's where I'm at. Kansas City, I have it right here. I'll flash it over. Not good with the offense. OPS of 494 to start the season. Again, small sample size. Pitching was actually pretty good. I mean, they were 11th, whereas the Blue Jays were 26 right now. So, obviously, again, just looking at this, what we're coming out of, I'm kind of I don't want to be overly optimistic. Getting 3 wins in a 4-game series is pretty tough, folks. So, what I'm going to say, honestly... I think we're gonna lose Monday. I think we're gonna lose tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's gonna suck. We're gonna be 1-3 to start the season. Kikuchi's gonna grab the W. I believe.
Right.
Kikuchi's grabbing the W. Here's the thing. On Wednesday, I think we're gonna lose again. Manoah's still warming up. I don't know, maybe he's a little shell shocked. But I think Ricky's just gonna have a good game. He's gonna be competitive.
Yeah, Ricky's no slouch, man.
He's no
it's
slouch.
Not like we're up against an easy one here.
Yeah, and then even though Jordan Lyles had a good start, Gausman had a good start, I just think the other shoe's going to drop and our offense is going to show up that Thursday. I think we're going to split the series on the road against Kansas City. Just that next series, man.
I kind of hate that because this is a team that we need to beat, man.
I know.
When you look at this and when I was looking at the season, at this opening series, the weeks, I was like, this is wins and W's.
Yep.
So because of that, I'm not going to overreact off of this opening day series. I'm not going to let that happen. I don't want to... I'm going to stick with my guns here. This is Blue Jays baseball, baby. 3 W's.
Ooh. Anyone that stands out being like the L?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I'm also with you. I feel like I'm on the Kikuchi hype train. I'm on the Kikuchi hype train.
And Bubik's not that good. That feels like a W.
Exactly, right? Like, how can I go against Gaussman? For some reason, I feel like tomorrow the Blue Jays offense is gonna kind of be like, yeah, like what the hell are we doing?
I can see that easily happen.
So even if Berrios kind of like screws up a little bit, gives up like 3-4 runs, I just have a feeling that we're gonna do it.
Okay.
But I also don't want to come out here and say, oh, Manoah's gonna be our only L. Like that doesn't feel right.
I also didn't feel good saying it, but I just had to go with my gut.
I don't know. I'm not sure who's going to lose this one, but I do think that we're going to win 3 out of 4 there against Kansas City.
Okay.
I thought that coming into the season, so I'm not going to let a bad series against St. Louis kind of cloud my judgment there. We win 3 out of 4.
Okay, you got it. Well, we must be hot because then we're going over to the West Coast, going to L.A. Those going to be some late-night games. Angels, it's also their home opener. That's pretty cool on that. Friday, we've got Chris Bassett trying to get a little bit of a revenge going up against Patrick Sandoval, who was pretty
damn good, actually. Pretty damn good. And, I mean, credit to the Angels. I just saw a highlight on my Twitter saying that Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, both of their first home runs, back-to-back.
That was pretty good.
That's obviously a pretty lethal lineup. They have 2 of the best, if not literally the best, players in baseball on their squad, among many others.
I know. Well, good thing we don't get to face Ohtani in that series. Thank God.
Yeah, no, pitching-wise anyway. But we're still going to have to deal with the bat.
Also, I just want to throw a little disclaimer out there. Maybe by that point, maybe they give Ohtani an extra day rest. If they did, then we might actually. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Impossible to know. It's still early on in the season, so everyone's not totally gassed up or juiced up for their entire workload. So, assuming what it is right now, who else do we have?
Then we've got Jose Berrios coming back around. He's getting a start against Tyler Anderson, who we all know was a LA Dodger last year, now an Angel. He threw up a 0 in his first start of the season. Then we've got Kikuchi on the Sunday versus Detmers, who last year he had a 4.27. So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so you know what? This is why we needed to take 3 out of 4 against KC, because this one to me feels like Angels, and it feels like this is going to be kind of a similar situation to the Cardinals series that we just watched. High scoring, lots of runs. We win one of them, but they take the other 2. Again, I don't know which ones, man. But how can I really, at the same point, can I bet on Bassett, Berrios, Kikuchi?
And Kikuchi to get you 2 Ws?
To give me 2 Ws? That's tough.
That's exactly where I'm at right now, just because I just don't know. At this point, when I'm making this prediction, maybe come Tuesday, Monday, I have a better idea. I'm like, oh yeah, we could definitely take 2.
100%.
But right now, I just don't know. We're on the road. We're swinging time zones left, right, and center all over the place.
Yes.
So I'm saying we're going to drop 2 again. This is not the start. This is not the start I wanted to predict. But listen. Come homestand, we're going to dominate. We're going to dominate.
Different story over there, man. I mean, it's also very tough to predict this series because 2 of the starting pitchers we haven't seen yet. And they're the biggest question marks of anyone on this Jays staff. And the one pitcher that we have seen might be literally the worst starter out of the opening day weekend so far.
Boy.
It is really tough to positively predict the Blue Jays there, even though we don't want to overreact here. But so I think, what does that make you?
So for me, I'm 4-6 after this week. Before our next Blue Jays Today show, that would make you 5-5, I believe.
No, that can't be possible.
Because you're gonna say you win 3 and win another one.
I think you're over. Wait.
So I win. Because I'm gonna win two in the KC series, and 1 in LA. So it's 3. So 3 plus 1, 4. So for you would be 5-5, because you'd lose 1 and lose 2. So you'd be 5-5. I'd be 4-6 in my predictions.
That's not horrible, actually.
If we go 5-5, I'm gonna take that after this kind of opening weekend series.
Yeah. That's not horrible. Okay.
And these are modest predictions.
Very modest predictions, right? If the offense really gets churning right here, or who knows, maybe Berrios and Kikuchi are just absolutely dominant. That's kind of what this week comes down to.
It comes down to
those
guys. This
is the Berrios and Kikuchi week. They both go 2 times. So if those back-end, rotation guys decide, hey, this season's going to be a lot different from last season, then we're going to be in for an amazing week, and we're going to love everything. We're going to we're going to praise them. We're going to sing their praises next Blue Jays Today show.
Absolutely.
If they are like they were last season,
then not so much. Hey, this could be an opportunity for one of them to win Jay of the Week.
Hell
if they take 2 W's and are dominant, like
Hell
that's a J
yeah.
of the week right there.
Hell yeah.